Soak mugwort in hot water and say goodbye to joint pain. I regularly fry mugwort with ginger to make a daily tonic, and the results have been incredible. In this video, I will also share how I use mugwort compresses to soothe aching joints, as well as my method for infusing mugwort in honey to effectively treat respiratory issues. Before we begin, may God bless you with good health. Check out this mugwort I just picked from some patches near my place. You would never imagine that the common mugwort growing near your home can become a powerful health-boosting remedy after a simple steaming process. Every spring and summer, mugwort grows vigorously across mountains and fields. As a plant that is both edible and medicinal, it goes by many different names depending on the region. When picking mugwort, it's best to choose the fresh, tender, top parts of the plant. This traditional herb, often called the king of herbs, they contain volatile oils, natural organic acids, bitter compounds, resins, vitamin C, and many other nutrients. Since there is usually a lot of dirt on mugwort, I am going to need to give it a good rinse under clean water a few times. I just picked up this salad spinner to dry my veggies quickly, and it is a total lifesaver. A few quick spins and this mugwort will be way drier in no time. I am going to chop these up into small pieces. It makes the final product so much easier to use when brewing a really nutritious drink later on. Mugwort contains natural bitter compounds that act as a spark plug for your metabolism, helping the body break down and absorb fats more efficiently. Beyond physical healing, mugwort is deeply connected to the mind and the nervous system. In a world where we are constantly bombarded by stimulation, this herb helps dial back anxiety and centers our energy. It is famously known as the dream herb because it can awaken vividness and clarity in our sleep. Mugwort also serves as a powerful natural shield against infections. It is packed with antifungal and antimicrobial properties that help clear the body of unwanted guests like candida or mild parasites. Finally, this herb is a wonderful tonic for circulation and vitality, whether you are adding it to a traditional soup or brewing a contemplative tea. Now, I am going to grab a few pieces of ginger to go with the mugwort. Combining these two will create a real health elixir. If I find any spots that are bruised or rotten, I just trim those right off. Once the ginger is all cleaned up, I am going to slice it into really thin strips so it is ready to go. As the weather gets hotter, consuming ginger in moderation can help support the body. Interestingly, the ginger skin has a cooling nature, which balances the warmth of the ginger flesh. I want to quickly share some insights from doctors on why we should be eating ginger more often.
Ginger for everything connected with your stomach. So let's say you have stomach pain, bloating, acid reflux, gas, an upset stomach, or you feel nauseous. Ginger, hands down, is probably one of the best remedies for any potential issue with your stomach. It's safe, it's been proven for thousands of years, and it has no side effects.
Next, go ahead and sprinkle the shredded ginger evenly over the mugwort leaves. Use your hands to gently toss them together so they blend well. You want those thin ginger strands to coat every single leaf. Once that is done, Get your steamer ready with enough water, and let's move on to the steaming part. Cover it up and steam over high heat. This quick steam is the secret to mellowing out that bitterness and balancing the flavors perfectly. Keep a close eye on it though. As soon as you see the steam rising, turn off the heat and lift the lid. That rich, earthy aroma of mugwort and ginger will fill your kitchen instantly. It is so incredibly soothing. Finally, take the tray out and heat up a pan. Toss the mixture in, turn the heat down low, and start dry frying it. At first, you will hear a slight sizzling sound as the moisture begins to cook out of the mugwort. As the heat builds, the water slowly evaporates, causing the edges of the leaves to curl and their color to brighten. Stay patient and keep the mixture moving to ensure everything heats evenly and nothing scorched at the bottom of the pan. Gradually, as the moisture is driven out, the leaves will shrink into smaller, firmer clumps. That once fluffy texture takes on a glossy sheen, releasing a rich, deep herbal fragrance into the air. Once the sizzling stops and both the mugwort and ginger feel dry yet still slightly flexible, they are ready to be removed from the heat. Spread them out evenly on a flat surface to maximize airflow and let any remaining steam escape. If the sun is out, take advantage of the weather by placing them under direct sunlight. Over the next 2 days, the leaves will become brittle and crisp, their aroma growing even more intense. If the weather is not on your side, a low heat setting in the oven works just as well. To finish the drying process, you will know they are perfectly ready when a light touch is enough to crush the leaves into a fine powder. Ensuring they are completely bone dry is essential to prevent mold and keep them fresh for a long time. Store your finished blend in a clean, airtight glass jar to lock out moisture. Now, you have your very own stash of pure, additive-free mugwort tea. It is a great idea to label the jar with the production date to keep things organized and track its freshness. I would love to hear where you are watching from, so feel free to drop a comment and connect. Whenever you have a quiet moment, just take a handful of the dried mugwort and ginger. Place it in your favorite cup and pour over boiling water. Watch as the leaves slowly unfurl, releasing a mellow, earthy flavor. Each sip carries a natural warmth that spreads through your body, offering a comforting sense of well-being. This traditional drink is a simple way to harness the natural energy of these plants, combining the rich nutrients of mugwort with the warming compounds of ginger to support your health from the inside out. If you are dealing with joint pain or that stiff, hard to move feeling, there is actually a pretty solid traditional remedy for it. I usually take some fresh mugwort and grind it down until it is completely mashed up. You want it looking like a fine paste, just like this. Then I mix in a few spoonfuls of white vinegar or rice vinegar. The vinegar actually helps the active compounds penetrate deeper into the skin. You can leave this wrap on for about 20 to 30 minutes, allowing the medicinal properties to fully soak in and do their work. It is best to do this once or twice a day, especially during times when your joints feel particularly rigid or heavy. Over the course of a few days, the natural anti-inflammatory power of the mugwort helps to ease that tension, making it much easier to move around without that constant nagging discomfort. This method is incredibly straightforward because it relies entirely on the raw potency of the ingredients. Just make sure to apply it to healthy skin without any cuts or scratches. It is a simple, effective routine that helps you reclaim your mobility and get back to your day feeling much lighter and more flexible. Finally, I want to share another incredibly useful way to use mugwort that has been passed down through generations. I pour in raw, high-quality honey until the mugwort is totally submerged. This combination is a staple in traditional folk medicine because it perfectly balances the intense, bitter properties of the herb with the soothing, preservative nature of honey. By bringing them together, you create a potent tonic that is as effective as it is easy to store. You will want to let this sit in a cool, dark corner for about 2 to 4 weeks, giving the honey enough time to extract the essential oils and medicinal compounds from the plant. This infusion is particularly famous for its ability to aid digestion and support the respiratory system. If you are struggling with a persistent cough, a sore throat, or even digestive issues like bloating and cramping, this mixture can be a lifesaver. The bitter elements of the mugwort help stimulate the digestive organs, while the honey provides a protective layer for the gut and throat. It is also frequently used to help regulate menstrual cycles and ease the discomfort that comes with them, thanks to the herb's natural ability to move stagnant energy in the body. For the best results, you can take a small teaspoon of the infused honey directly, or stir it into a cup of warm water to create a healing tea. Taking this 2 to 3 times a day is a great frequency when you are feeling under the weather. I hope you enjoy this simple but powerful recipe for your health. If you found this tip helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you have a moment, check out my other videos right here on the screen for more kitchen hacks and traditional remedies. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.